Max, I'm gonna pull you down for a minute, all right?
Yeah,
Everybody gather around, got something to say. I'm tired of all these talking heads, messages of hate. Everything not black and white, there's different shades of gray. We need to come together now before it's too late. It's time to get moving. You gotta get behind the wheel. Yeah, it's time to get moving. You got to
Barbara Ryan, how you doing, you sexy mother? Happy New Year!
It's time to get moving. Renegotiate the deal. The matches on the hillside.
I don't know who that is, but thank you. Christina.
We're caught in the crossfire, looking for the exit ramp. City once on the ride, Rambo in decay. Roadway spread everywhere. Even you got to get behind the wheel. It's time to get moving. You got the bad forest deal. Come on, let's get moving.
Okay, I don't know who it is, Max.
It's getting real. It's time to get
We got you. Thank you.
Renegotiate the deal.
Reggie Lawson, how you doing, baby? Oops, broadcast was deleted from Facebook page tonight. That's still popular.
It's time to stop mincing words and calling by their name, like racism, bigotry, and scapegoating blame. Prescription pills or pills.
Oh, Robin's you. Madame Monique,
you gotta get behind the wheel. It's time to get moving. You got the bad bombers feel. Come on, let's get moving. It's about to get real. It's time to get moving. Renegotiate the deal. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Bonsoir. Mr. Howard, how you doing, young lady? We, Monique. Becca. Pat Cannon. Eddie Mac. Chris Benito in the house. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year and welcome back to the Sugar Shack. January 5th, first show of the year. My guest will be my main man, Sax Garden, blowing down the goddamn house. The hurricane himself. I'm having a good time. We made it to a new year. Hopefully we're going to get things in line this year and everything is going to be good. We're going to be back out shaking what our mama gave us and having a good time. But until then, I'm your hostess with the mostest, and I'm going to be right here to give you what I got. Can you dig that? I'm Sugar Ray. This is the Sugar Chef. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing really, really, really good. I hope everybody's doing well. And today, the question of the day is, what are you most thankful for? What are you most thankful for? What are you most thankful for? And I'm starting to do these double questions. I started like that. What are you most thankful for? And what is your favorite music venue? It doesn't have to be a traditional music venue. What is your favorite music venue? It's January 5th, 2021. And the question of the day is, what are you most thankful for? And what is your favorite music venue? Come on, bring it on in for me. Bring it in for me. Hey, I want to play one. I always do this. Here's one with me and Sax Garden. And let me move this other thing here. That was off my Grammy-nominated album, Somebody Save Me, from 2019? We did that? 2020. Right on. Actually, 2019 Grammy nominated for 2020. We're working on the new album. We get it there, baby. It should be done a month or two. And it's called Misinformation. So great. Oh, it's funky. It's soulful. We got butt naked on it. It's all I'm gonna say like that. We just got butt naked, swinging from the trees on that thing. Listen, let me play this here. This is me and my main man Sax Gordon in Poretta, Italy. We went to Luca Giordano band. Those guys were really good. We did this was crazy. They flew me in. We did 10 shows in 10 days in 10 cities through Italy. That's how much they had me singing. They worked the brother like a runaway. They worked it. So anyway, check this out, you guys. Just gonna play a little bit of it. It didn't say from where I was, so we're gonna fast forward because it's 50 minutes long. Also, what y'all don't know about this was crazy. Check this out. What's really crazy about this is at the same time when I walk out on stage, now we've been all over Italy on this show. I walk out on stage and had not realized, and they did this. I think she was trying to check up on her brother. My wife and her best friend Beth, without me knowing it, they had flown to Croatia. They had spent 3-4 nights in Dubrovnik. And then they got in the car and drove through all these Muslim countries to Poretta. And when I walk out on stage, I'm getting ready to sing, and my wife and Pam are sitting in the front audience. I had no idea. This was crazy. That was crazy to me. Here we go.
Sax Gordon. Now, normally, I'm a blues man, but we're here to play some soul tonight. So I want to play my soul like Albert King, Otis Redding, Bobby Womack, Bobby Blue Bland, and the incredible Mr. Z.Z. Hill. It's some funky blues. Can I do that for you? This was called Blind Annie. Look here. Come on.
I gotta get my voice strong like that again. I can barely sing 4 songs before I get hoarse down. That was 10 days in a row. That's crazy.
Wondering where I parked my car and what were my friends. See, made a left between 2 buildings.
This is the time right here. This is like the house.
Listen, there's the voodoo woman begging me unto the night.
How you doing?
She said, Sugar, listen, baby. Welcome to mine, I didn't know what I was getting into. Lost in the blind alley. Lord, I was heading nowhere but a dead end in the blues. Blind alley. I'm in a blind alley. Listen.
I look so young there.
She took me to a hole in the wall.
About 50 pounds lighter.
Behind the hidden door.
Is that 5 years ago?
It was like
I
no
can't
place
remember,
I'd
brother. I
ever
just remember having a good time. I was
I'd ever
exhausted,
been
though.
in
I was really exhausted, though. That was crazy. Remember the name of that town? We were at the beach.
Some music in
We were at the beach that one night. Or one day we spent the night at the beach at some beach resort. And we played out that way on the beach.
She said, Sugar, listen. Welcome to mine, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Who is this that keep putting up with what you call it?
Lost in the blind alley. Lord, Sugar was heading nowhere.
Everybody birthday, listen to good week in the house.
I'm in a blind alley. I'm in a blind alley. Feel it.
good band.
Yeah.
I was trying to get this one where you soloing. Somewhere in there you soloing.
Say it again. I'm in the blind.
I miss those guys. I enjoyed touring with them.
Say it, baby. I'm in the blind.
Anyway, that's me and Luca. And Sax Gordon. Let me get over here. We have a few people said part of the question was says I'm thankful for my daughters and granddaughters making it through being asymptomatic positive from the virus. Amen. At 57, I'm blessed. Amen. Right on, Charlotte. That is a blessing, baby. I'm glad and that they made it through and they're doing really well. Bless their soul, because there's a lot of folks that have not made it that I know personally. And speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to the ice pick, Mr. James Harmon. He was diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer. Go over to his page. There's a GoFundMe up for him. You know, he had been having a rough time for even before the COVID. So James Harmon, the ice pick, I love him. I'm going to put up this picture. There's a great picture of me and James Harmon somewhere in Ventura sitting on a bench. I'm smoking a cigar and we passing a brown bag of pocket liquor back and forth between us, and someone took the picture. It's pretty cool. It's in the middle of the night. I love James Harmon. Not only was he a force on the harmonica and vocal, unbelievable writer and creator, but I know all those guys, Kid Ramos, Jimmy Bott, Willie J. Campbell, and all those guys played with him for years. So you got to check that out. Let's see, Gino Chipahorn section. Jeannie O'Brien says hello, Sax Gordon. Chris Cook, how you doing, gorgeous? Happy New Year. Let me see. Barbara Ryan, I am always thankful for my significant other and both our families making it through 2020. My favorite music video is a tough one, so I am going to say my most memorable one was probably the first one I saw in MTV with the Cars. Right on. I think my first MTV video I saw was it was the cartoon-like video, money for nothing and kicks and chicks for free. I can't remember who that was. But I think was it Dire Straits? Yeah, I think that was my first MTV video. Let me see. Big Red said, "Thankful that you have finally learned to admit to having a Grammy-nominated album." Oh, good Lord, Big Red. It took me a little over a year, but I'm there. I'm not one of them boisterous people. Happy New Year, first 2021 to the Sugar Shack. A great way to start the New Year off as fabulous. Right off. And there's some other ones in there. But my favorite video with you is "Take Me Back." Oh, thank you, Barbara. I didn't load that, but I might have to try to get that loaded up. And I don't know who these people are with all these. I'm gonna say they got two different names with this. Whoever put up this live from the Sugar Shack with Sax Gordon. I would say don't click on that because I don't know who those are and they look really weird to me. And they actually they'll use 4 different names with the exact same font. This right here, we've never been hacked before. This got 4 different names over here on my screen. So whatever you do, don't click on that because I have no idea what that is. I don't know where that goes. Know nothing about it. Do not click on it, people. All right. Don't click on this. I don't know who this is. Never heard of them before. And they use 4 different names for the exact same link. Don't click on it. I got a feeling that it might be who knows. All your butt naked pictures might be on the internet. Some of y'all like to see butt naked. Some of y'all please keep your clothes on. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Monica Medea, Happy New Year's, blah blah blah. Nancy Lee, Eric Sassman. Sorry, folks, we are getting hit with some spammers in chat today. Please do not follow any of these links. Oh, okay, good. That's my media man right there. That's the Wizard of Oz right there, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Sassman. So I've never been hit with spam before, but look like we got some now. That's what happens when you start getting popular. And there it is again with another different name. So do not click on those, which I know most of you guys know that, but I want to tell you that. My day is sleep better for being here with you. Oh, Judy Beck, thank you, you crazy girl. Trouble number one and trouble number two. I'll tell you those stories about them too. Uh, Diane Blue, hey Diane Blue, how you doing, young lady? I haven't heard from you in over a year. I need to get you on the show. Matter of fact, I haven't even picked up the guest for next week. Maybe I'll get you, Miss Diane Blue. You want to be my guest for next week? DM me. I think you have my number. DM me or find me on Facebook Messenger. Send me a message. That'd be really cool. Because I haven't had that many good folks that I know from the East Coast. Only a few. Bob Fisher. Hello, Brother Ray. Hello, Bob. How you doing, brother? Doris Albany. Oh, hello, Doris. Doris Albany from Switzerland, from Basel, Switzerland area. Julie Richardson, how you doing, gorgeous? You back from Hawaii? Welcome back to the cold. She spent like a month in Hawaii. So what is it like out there in Seattle area now? or Washington? Diane Blue. Okay. Big Red Cat. The Wizard of Oz sends some flying monkeys out after all these spammers. Eric, did you see that one? Here we go. Look, Eric. We got spammers. Cindy Swoop Rosen. Hey, from Memphis. Memphis in the house. Right on. Getting warm outside. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit.
Feel like 190 degrees.
Expect a low of 42 degrees.
My man Colin Briscoe, all the way from Australia, ladies and gentlemen. You're calling. I'm being careful, man. And thank you for all the love and emails and stuff. And Brian Product has just been a great friend and lover of music since the day we kind of got together on the interwebs. Evelyn Hayes, I call Evelyn Hayes Little Red. Little Red, what's going on, gorgeous? Marquise, I sure appreciate your positive vibe always. Well, man, you got to keep it positive. I mean, it's only so long you can be depressed, man. I'm not with all that depression and laying up whining. You know, I get my whining on. My wife can tell you that. Yeah, I whine. But, you know, my whine lasts about, Seth's going to tell you the type of cat I am. My whine lasts about 5-10 minutes. You know, I'm like, man, and then I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's roll. That's me. Because life is too god darn short. You know, whining, what's going to change? Matter of fact, you know what? He's been backstage since I started. I'm just going to go ahead and bring him upstage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my good friend, Mr. Sax Gordon.
Thank you, man.
Hey, bro, wait a minute. I had a video I was going to play, but since you've been backstage chilling all this time, now that you're up here, I'm going to play it now.
All right.
Uh-oh, what just happened?
Yeah, that's with Luca.
Is it?
The same band we used before.
I'm going to move myself off the screen so we can get it big.
Now this next song is going out to all the single people in the audience tonight. If you came here by yourself tonight, well, this song's for you. It goes like this here. Listen, ladies, if your man should leave you at home with all them babies by yourself, well, don't you get mad, or don't you feel sad. Go out and find yourself as somebody else. There's got to be somebody. I know it. Somebody. They could be here tonight. Or somebody in this world for you. And everybody. Somebody. Come on now, fellas. Somebody. Somebody in this world for you. Yeah. Wait a minute. listen, fellas, if somebody roll upside your woman and one of them long Eldorado Cadillacs, well, don't you get mad? Or don't you feel sad? Go out and find yourself as somebody else. There's got to be somebody. That's right, somebody. They're out there somewhere. Somebody in this world for you. And you and everybody. Somebody. All right, let's get it. Somebody. Hey. Somebody in this world for you. I want to play my saxophone one time. Somebody, that's right, somebody, everybody, somebody in this world for you, and everybody, somebody, let's do it, somebody, hey, somebody in this world for you.
My main man, Sax Money Gordon. Sax, how you doing?
Good, man. I'm real happy to be here. It's, I haven't been doing so many things, so it was really nice of you to have me here,
Oh, definitely. Hey, turn your mic up or move closer to your mic so we can hear you, but you're just a little muffled.
All right, maybe that's better.
Yeah, there we go. We see that nice bug. So what you were saying? So you like every other musician. So you just been laying low, huh?
Well, it turned out that I'm kind of fortunate. I'm lucky to have a place. I'm not there's a lot of people with a lot of difficulties.
Yeah.
And so I'm just happen to be in a situation where I'm very speaking of things that we're thankful for. You know what I mean?
Yes, brother.
So I've been taking the opportunity to do a million projects and like things that I've been meaning to do forever, because I've been kind of pushing with music, like probably like yourself a little bit, like it's more than a full-time job booking and doing promo and try every project, and we do so much stuff ourselves now,
yeah. Well, yeah, that had been me. Yes, it is. People don't realize how time consuming, do they?
So I had let a lot of things go, whether it was things, just house things, garden things, organization, like in projects. So man, I still we're this far into it, and I still got mountains of work, you know what I mean, to do. But
yeah.
I got other stuff. I got an album that's also done. I'm just trying to get that finished up, and I've been helping some other people with their albums. Luca's got a new album. I did the horns on it from here, and so I've been keeping really busy.
Right on. Right on. Lucas doing enough. When you see those guys, man. First of all, because I haven't got to talk to those guys. I think it's been a few years now.
Lucas watching. I saw him up there on the thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was up there.
Luca, Giordano, brother. What's going on? Ciao, brother. Ciao. Tell the guys, those guys treated me like gold, man. And I've been to Italy a few times before that, but I got to, I've been on vacation. I had done a few shows in Italy. festivals whatnot. But that was such a great thing to travel all over Italy by car and really get to see these places and spend time. And the Rufus Thomas, the Rufus Thomas Park. I kind of Pam and I, we kind of walked around the. Y'all don't know this. Pareto, Italy, in Pareto, Italy, they call it the World of Soul. Rufus Thomas, that's it right there. Pareto Soul Festival. Uh, Rufus Thomas and a lot of the old soul cats every year when they came to Europe, they went to Italy, went to this area in Pareto, if I'm not mistaken. And they were there
Yeah.
so much, and the people loved them so much, they even dedicated an entire park. So there's a statue of Rufus Thomas in this park in Pareto, Italy, and it's called Rufus Thomas Park. And these people love and know soul music. The entire town shuts down, and they bring soul people from everywhere. Matter of fact, the year I was there, who was all there? You remember who was all there?
Oof, boy, I don't remember exactly that year, but I would work there a lot of years, sometimes playing in the horn section and stuff. And man, Bobby Rush, Lattimore, Sugar Pie DeSanto, Bernard Purdy, it just goes on and on. All the amazing, musicians, amazing singers, just everybody. And going back through history, the first time I was there, I saw Solomon Burke before I joined that band, and then
Oh wow.
they'd have Wilson Pickett and Sam and Dave, just everybody at one time or another played there, and it's just one of the longest standing, traditional soul, I say traditional because it's, a little bit old fashioned, they like the old fashioned stuff, but they all kind of people,
Yeah. I know I had a good time. I had a good time all over. You remember that little town that we were in? We were playing a show in like this little gardens, center garden in the center of town, and we decided.
I posted a picture of that just because I was trying to advertise this. So like on my, I don't know, one of my Facebook pages or something, we walked down the street afterwards to another place, and there's a picture of you and me on one side playing, and the trumpet player Alessandro Di Bonaventura is on the other side. We're on each side of you, and we're walking. You can see all the people behind us. We went down to some cafe.
We went out to that little ice cream place because before the show, I went there and had ice cream, and the lady didn't know who I was, and but they were very, very nice. And I said, "Well, I promise, before the night's over, I'll come back and have a little ice cream and blah blah blah." And she's like, "Okay." So in the middle of the show, it just hit me while I was singing. It hit me like, "Oh, I promised I was gonna come down. You know what? Let's walk down there." And then the entire park cleared out, blocked the entire street as we walked down this road to this lady's ice cream shop. And I remember the look on her face when we got there because, there's all these people, hundreds and hundreds of people standing in front of her.
I can't get it good on my, how do I do it? But that's the picture. Look at you're walking down.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, right? You had it right there.
There.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So we're walking down the road, and the entire little festival just poured out of the venue where we were playing and walked down the road with us. And things like I think about things like that, like just how fun it was.
And
that's like
spontaneous,
right?
That's spontaneous. You know what I mean? Like I mean, we do our best to plan a good show to make it good for the audience. Think about the way we put the songs, what we can do. But something like that, that's just acting natural and not being afraid to try something fun, and crazy.
I think that's great, man. I'm wearing my Fat Tuesday medallion today. Sorry, it's Fat Tuesday because Sugar Ray's in, baby. Fat Tuesday. I was trying to think, Sax. The first time we met, and this just tell you how crazy my life can be at that. The first time we met was in Dubai.
I think it was because I was organizing. I'd been asked by the agent to put together, a program, and for a 5-day program. So we had Deetra Farr, right?
Deetra Farr
from Chicago. She's still out there. I'm happy to see her all the time on Facebook, and can't wait till we're all out there again. But so Deetra Farr was singing. Boy, I know.
Raphael Resnick on the B3.
Raphael. Alex Schultz.
Alex Schultz on guitar. Yep. You on sax. I can't remember the drummer. I can see his face.
Might have been Silvio Berger, I think is his name. He worked at that time working with Raphael. I think that's who it was. And I don't remember. Was there another singer? Cad Robinson.
Tad
Tad
Robinson. I forgot
Robinson.
about that. Tad Robinson. Yeah.
Well, that was a
Hey, you
nice.
know what? That's right. I need to get Tad on the show.
There you
Also,
go.
get some singers out here. I'm gonna get Diane Blue next week, but I got to get some singers. I've had all these musicians. Hey, let me ask you, Zach.
Features another one.
I asked Dietrich at the time she wasn't ready to do it, so we'll wait and we'll call her back this year. But I mean, I had Diona, I had Anika, I had Shakira Saida, I had Terry O'Darby. I've had some singers, some really good singers. But I like to get some more male singers on too.
You had
What
Mike on.
influenced you to go to the? Huh?
You had Alabama Mike on.
I have not had. I don't know Alabama Mike. I don't know if he and I have ever met. I mean, I know a lot of people, but I don't know if he and I have ever. I've been doing people that I
I can
actually know,
understand.
so it's not
Yeah,
a
I
false
can.
thing.
Yeah, I can understand if you people you know you have a rapport with.
Yeah, because I'm like I said, I'm not a journalist. So I'm not trying to do a quote unquote interview. I'm just talking to friends and reminiscing. So and let the audience hear it. But I will have to ask you one reporter question. Oh, it's a double question. First of all, why did you pick up the saxophone as an instrument, and who were your influences thereof?
Honestly, I have no idea why I picked the saxophone. I picked it up as a school kid, like fifth grade, something like that. I'd already been playing. Everybody in my family had to take piano lessons. That was just a family thing. You took piano lessons, and so I was, familiar with music and reading and all that, But for some reason, I don't know why. I don't have a moment or anything. Maybe I saw it in a parade or something, but I just picked that, and later on, I think, back at the time, I was growing up, you still heard all kinds of old stuff on the radio, like whatever, Fats Domino, Little Richard, even if you're not trying, even if you weren't trying to hear that was just like the background noise of life, hearing some old 50s music, and there's a lot of good saxophone in that stuff, like I remember hearing that song, come on, baby, do the locomotion.
Yeah.
And that's got this sax solo in it, you know what I mean? So I just was familiar with that sound, and I started jamming with people, and I just started getting curious, and then I just started listening. I'd hear something and say, "Wow, I want to hear more of that." Who did that? And eventually I met some cats, on the East Coast. There was a local guy, Reggie Grant. Woo, he's still around. My face used to hurt at watching this guy play. I'd be smiling so hard, man. I'd just be grinning like, he was playing with a guy, Little Joe Cook and the Thrillers, and I ended up doing the gig years later. But I just would sit and watch this guy until I was in facial pain from extreme smiling, He's still around, Reginald Grant.
That's pretty cool, because I think you're like one of the first musicians that I talked to that just like the instrument gravitated toward them just because of osmosis. It wasn't like some like you saw somebody. It was just something about that instrument that you dug.
I mean, I did do a study. I was, because I had a family that could pay for lessons, and it was always a school most of the time it was a school program till Proposition 13 in California cut the jazz bands. But there was generally school music programs and stuff. So but I was also playing in garage bands, and where I lived was Grateful Dead country. So I'll play with those guys, and I'd play with there was a 50s band. I played with the 50s band, and then those guys playing anything. I'll let me in, I'll play.
Right on. I love your versatility. So from the time, I mean, I've been blessed now to play with you a few times through the years after that thing in Dubai. Like I said, we did that tour through Italy, and I think been a couple other times, a couple other places where we wait a minute, were you in Svalbard? Why am I thinking there was somewhere else where we were?
I was in Romania, like staying over.
Romania, that's what it was. I knew it was somewhere like
staying over an extra day. I for some reason I had to hang over an extra day because the band was Italian, the Luca's band again, Luca Giordano, and they had to go back to Italy, but because of flights or because they wanted me to do something, I can't remember. I stayed an extra day maybe, and you came in, and so I remember jumping up on stage with you, and it was nice to meet Aaron and Aaron. How do you say his last name? Huh?
Aaron Leonard and Giles. Yeah,
Yeah. So I was very nice to meet those guys, and now we talk online because it was a natural thing. They're good guys, and
yeah.
I,
Yeah, they good.
I'm,
They good guys. The good
so
guys. Hell of high players, man.
I'm
Yeah, I
very
forgot
happy.
that you did. That's right. You did come up on stage and play. Yeah.
Well, you asked
Damn,
me to
boy.
come up on stage. I wouldn't have jumped up there without
But, oh, you know me, man. I'm a free spirit. It's like, especially because the people I know can play. So it's like, hey, man, get in where you fit in.
yeah.
I ain't worried about it. Like, come on, let's play, man. I've been blessed that way to know cats like that. That's been great. Listen, before I want to let's go over here to the comment section. You have a lot of people saying
Oh yeah.
hello. You probably want to say, and you can scroll that backwards like this
Oh yeah.
because
Okay. Look
there's
at.
a lot. There's actually a lot of comments. Uh,
Yeah. Luca's on here. Hey, Luca, nice to see you. Hi, Diane. Boy, she lives around like right close to me, but because of the situation, I'm not seeing her.
Diane Blue, really?
Yeah. She's not. I mean, I'd say around the corner, but it's a little couple of corners anyway.
Bob
Across
Fisher
town.
says 40 degrees in Owensboro.
Diane, yeah, that is Martino, Diane. A couple of years ago though, and all the way from Chile. All right, great harmonica player, Danny. And let's see, Ron Rudy does a lot of great video for local bands and stuff like that. There he is. Hi, Ron. Thanks for letting me steal that little. I had an adult version of Run Run Rudolph that he captured the moment. we're not gonna say those lyrics right now, but if you ever want to have a adult Christmas show next year, you can
Yeah, you know what?
contact.
Maybe I might do that because one of my favorite is Chick Wheels, and we do a mean version of Stoop Down, baby. But you
Oh
don't
yeah,
play that everywhere.
right. Then there's
You know that
backdoor
song?
Santa, but that's Christmas stuff.
You know
Hey,
you
there's
know Stoop
Igor.
Down?
Stoop down, baby. Let your daddy see.
Yeah.
I never saw him. Never saw him play, man.
No, I didn't either. And it's funny, because I came into the blues world later. Uh, And I came in through, like I said, by BB King and Sunhouse, who I really knew and who I love. Because I'm a Sunhouse fan. And then, you start once you find something you like, also you just start digging, and I came across some of these great people. And Chick Wills was one of those ones. And believe it or not, and YouTube is amazing. Even though,
Yeah.
when we start, this is going. Let's just let you know, this is going archived to Facebook and YouTube right now. So you can always go back to my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, and look this up later, which is sometimes easier than Facebook. Uh, YouTube is amazing because you start looking at all this stuff, and somehow or another, there is some live versions of Chick Wheels. I don't know how they video recorded or whatever in some clubs doing Snoop Down, black club version,
And
black club version.
he goes deep, huh?
Like 25 minutes. Well, yeah, brother, the water, what that Richard Pryor say this? Oh, this water's cold and deep too. D. Reeves says blow. Danny,
Yeah. Hey, Igor's here. Igor from Brazil.
Igor Prado?
Yeah, from Sao
Igor
Paulo.
Prado. I got to get Igor in on this. Igor Prado.
You
Obrigado, brother. How you doing?
He's been doing great stuff too, man. If you like check out his channel, like the video they just did a live show with background singers and stuff, and like soul the like Al Green kind of soul stuff, man.
Oh,
Really
really?
beautiful, really
Well,
nice.
I had the opportunity to go down to Brazil and tour with those guys few times, and Hellacious band. Igor is a hell of a band leader. Uh, we did an album called Way Down South. Check that out.
Oh
That
yeah,
that that that's pretty cool. But there's a lot of cats on that one, and I know recently, or more recently, we were in Wisconsin. We did a big bull blues something falls run. I'm totally messing it up. Somebody can stop me in
Big Ball
Wisconsin.
Blue.
Yeah, I can't. I remember Big Bull in Wisconsin, but he was with the Blues Beatles on that show. He was
Oh
sitting there with those
yeah.
guys. Yeah, the Blues Beatles. Great band, man.
Great
Great. I
sax
mean, those
player on
guys.
that too. Denilson was
Huh?
sometimes the sax player Denilson plays on with Blues Beatles. Fantastic
What's the
sax
what's
player.
what's the name one more time?
Nilsson.
The Nilsson.
But he's usually with them. He might not have been that trip, but boy, he's a killing sax player, man.
You know what? Did my ears change?
I can get closer.
No, it's not
Hey,
you.
on here.
I'm talking to you, but it's not coming through my earbuds. It's actually coming through the speaker for some reason. I just noticed that.
Jimmy Gordon's on here. He remembers the 1369 Jazz Club. Hi,
There
Jimmy.
we go. Now I'm hearing you through my speakers.
That's going back a few years.
Jimmy Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't know Jimmy.
He used to play with Jerry Lee Lewis and all kinds of people. He's a man of mystery, but he's
Jimmy,
everywhere.
Welcome to the Sugar Shack, my brother. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying it. We gonna do the do and make it do what it do. You know how that goes. Today, my guest, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Sax Gordon, one of the hardest. You know, I got a affinity for horns. Anybody knows me, probably over the last 15 years, you've never seen me on stage without my horns of some sort, because I just love that sound. I'm committed to it. It's not like a phase for me. I'll find the money somewhere and beg, borrow, and steal personnel, because and normally I travel with a tenor sax and a trumpet, but like in Beretta, like a couple times in France where I've had a full horn section, where I was able to get two trumpets and two different saxes and a trombone or something like that, or sometimes we even get we'll try to get crazy Big Al to come in and play tenor sax, and Gary Bavano will play trumpet and bring somebody in to play cornet or what you call a horn. It sounds just like a trombone, but it's I forget the name. But anyway, flugelhorn. That's what it was. It was a flugel. Yeah, and we gotta it's just a great sound, and you add that in with a B3, the chord changes, the textures, it's like a big booty woman in short shorts with half the booty hanging out the bottom. It's just a good thing.
You got a lot to work with. A lot to work with there.
And a lot to see. And a lot to see. That's what I'm talking about, And then roll that dough. Got to roll that taco. But anyway, that's a whole other story. We're gonna go down there. Big Blue. See, I knew Big Red. I knew somebody, Big Red from Milwaukee. So I knew somebody would correct me. It was the Big Bull Falls Blues Festival in Wausau, Wisconsin. You know that. To remember all that, I can't remember that I'm Puerto Rican. So it's there you go. The Big Bull Falls Blues Fest in Wausau, Wisconsin, August 2019. Big Red don't forget. See, the audience, they don't forget. You forget, but they don't forget. I know I was there. Trying to remember what day and the name. So what do you got lined up for the rest of the year, Sax?
I'm just sort of, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row, as they say. Be ready to hit. I got a new album that I just got to, get it mastered and produced, and all the music's done. So I just want to have everything ready so that when it's time to go, we can go.
You ready to go? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of what they did for me. They got all the social medias together, because at one point, somehow or another, because over the years I wound up having 4 Facebooks. I had 6 YouTube channels, and people forget that YouTube came out a while ago and it was a big thing, and then it died. Nobody was using it really, and then it kind of got big again. So we trying to figure it out. Like, and YouTube is real hard to get rid of stuff. I mean, there's still a YouTube channel out there called Topic that's got like 175, 180 people on it. We can't get rid of it, and then there's my official.
Yeah. That Topic is like automatically generated by the companies that have digital distribution of album tracks. You notice it's not usually live stuff. It's like it's always album. So if you have a track available, and this is what I think, if it's
mine is both. There's some of my live tracks. I mean, album tracks on there, and then there's live video. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. I never anyway, but it seems like it says it's automatically generated just if the stuff is distributed some way, so you can't get rid of it. It's just part, you can
get rid of it. It's not an easy thing. You have to go through YouTube and the Wizard of Oz back there is working with them right now to get rid of it. They got rid of some of these channels because all this stuff is going down. Now I have an official channel. Like you go there and it's official stuff, and and it's a bit, so we just try it. But then let's not talk about like the bands in town and there's a few other uh platforms that came up and I have stuff on. There's one that what's it called, Reverb something, Reverb Nation or something.
Reverb Nation. People use all this stuff, it's hard to do
Yeah.
everything.
But I don't put anything on there. I haven't put anything on there probably in about 8 years. But it's got like 3,000. I was looking at it, it's got like 3,500 members or something. And I'm just
I probably still got MySpace. You know what I?
Oh, I think if you pull in MySpace, I still have some up there too. Back then we didn't get rid of crap. It's just like, well, I ain't using it no more. Oh well, go on to the next thing. But yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Speaking of which, let me and not even a hot humid day in Wisconsin, August. Sugar must be blessed. Oh yeah, you're right. Because the last time I played in Wisconsin in August, I was at that Prairie du Chien festival, and I could have sworn when I looked over to the right hand side, Satan was standing there with a cool towel. That was unbelievably hot. That place that was yeah, and mosquitoes sounded like helicopters. I thought I was back in Louisiana, East Texas, bro. Here we go. Let me play this real quick. I want to play this one last.
Hey. Oh yeah. Hey folks, let me see. Maybe I can look at some of these comments while we're here. Let's see. Jimmy, yeah, I miss you too, Jimmy. Let's see who else. Bob, hey, I appreciate all your help with everything and being there and you sending that video and all that. Mark Keys, ever play with Chris Kane? I met Chris Kane a long time ago. I wouldn't see him too much, but also with that same band, the Luca Giordano band, we backed up Chris at the Poretta Soul Festival, and Lucas backed up Chris quite a bit. So I cross paths with Chris every once in a while. He's fantastic. Oh, and one time we were on a tour in Sicily with this big band, had amazing people. I think Roy Roberts was on that. The old soul guy from North Carolina or somewhere in Virginia or something. But boy, we rode around all over Sicily and had a ball. I was with Chris. So many of these old things, and these are great memories of all these beautiful people. Let's see. I'm going to go back here. Hi, Ron. Viva Italia. Yes, Judy. And I'm going back. See if I missed anything. Let's see. It looks like they're trying to figure out how to play this here Manish Boys track. I can see who's in the picture. That's Kirk, right? Kirk Fletcher, maybe. Oh,
yeah. I was going to play it, but since you started reading, I stopped because once you start playing it, they won't be able to hear you read.
Well, that's okay. I was running out of thing. Go ahead and play it.
Oh, I'll give you plenty of stuff to talk about, brother. We good. Talking ain't never been a problem.
There it is.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to play this in tribute to Finest Tasby, Johnny Dyer, and my old record producer who really gave me my first big opportunity with Delta Group Records, Mr. Randy Sharkoff. And it's amazing that so many of those guys have passed in the last few years. But I was looking to play up. This is the first album we came back and did after Finest had passed. And this is Frank Goldwasser, Randy Sharkoff, Kirk Fletcher, Willie J. Campbell, Jimmy Bott, and My Big Old Head. And I think this is a Nappy Brown song. I can't remember because I was tired at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was putting this up. But whatever it is, it's the Manish Boys. I know you'll dig it, and check it out.
Oh, baby,
nice. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, well, that whole album, we won traditional album of the year for Double Dynamite, and the next year, this was when Randy started getting sick, and so we did the album wrapped up and ready, and I wrote the title song for that, and it's me, my old bass player Ralph Carter, and Kim Wilson playing and singing that together. And I wrote that for Kim because I wanted to do something. I wanted to write something that was sort of like the old days. And then when Randy brought this Nappy Brown song, I hadn't heard it. I was like, man, this is really cool. I like this goes back to like 40s, 50s doo wop. And even though it's classified as a blues, I was like, man, this really got a and the reason I put it up last night, I remember because remember we were talking about the Barry Sax. And I remember like, oh yeah, you know what? We threw a lot of Barry Sax in that one song. The cool thing about this though is that this how Randy thought outside the box. Randy actually went to San Francisco, or maybe he was in San Francisco, but he actually found some brothers down near the Tenderloin that were a doo-wop group singing on the corner. They were just singing, just doing their thing. Randy hired those guys, flew those guys down to LA and recorded them. That's them. I don't even know their names, but that's them singing behind me on the
Yeah.
yeah, I love my baby so. That's a real doo-wop group from San Francisco. Just 5 brothers that was singing on the corner in San Francisco somewhere, and no name, no nothing. Randy didn't give him credit on the album, but I thought this would be told. So that's them singing behind us, and it was like the greatest sound. I was like, well, this is the first time I ever got to do doo-wop. So, in my book, I've done it all now, brother. I've seen it all. But we were talking about Barry Sax, and I was saying how in the blues world, Barry, even tenor, trombone, horns in particular. I mean, we got a lot of saxophone players, but a lot of alto and tenor saxophone players. It seems to be a lost art for some reason. But when you go back and you look at B.B. King and Bobby Bland and Little Milton and the
And
guys
further
in
back,
before them.
that old Nappy Brown stuff, like his recordings from the 50s on Savoy was some of the stuff that I got a hold of when I was, telling you, like I was searching around. There was this record called the Shouters, and it was like big voice singers, but those big
Yeah,
voice singers usually accompanied by a pretty big voice sax player too, and
yeah,
there's some Nappy Brown, like there's a song called Don't Be Angry, and
yes,
the,
I know
and
that.
that sax player Sam the Man Taylor takes a solo on that,
Okay,
destroys. He just kills it. Like so, I was started to listen to that. Was all from New York. That was of course there's all kinds of places for blues, Memphis, New Orleans, Texas, but New York in the 50s for that kind of more polished rhythm and blues. They had these top session players. You guys probably came from other parts of the country, but you know what I mean. But so
well,
that stuff, man.
the music does that though. I mean, that's what happened with session guys. One decade or so, New York is bumping. Next decade or so, it's kicking in Seattle, and all the guys
Yeah,
are moving there. Next thing you know, LA is the place that you got to be. I mean, and now, for a while there it was Nashville.
yeah.
Recently in our days it's been Nashville, but that started to die out there. So I've been kind of looking like I'm watching Hubbard, like where's the next pop up spot going to be? Chicago was for a while, but
Yeah.
it's always that way. It's always become all of a sudden musicians we seem to take notice of because so many of our friends wind up doing it. Like so many cats I knew moved to Nashville, and
Austin.
Nashville is booming.
A lot of cats moved to Austin. Like right.
Austin was another one. Yes, that's right. But then
The new
after a
ones
while they kind of fizzled.
like Chapel Hill, North Carolina was hot for a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I didn't know that one. See, I didn't get to see. I've been up there and playing, but I didn't know it was like a hotbed.
you know,
But my horn
alternative.
guys originally, Big Al and Cole and all those guys, they're originally out of Roanoke, Virginia, and that was a hotbed of great horn guys and musicians
Yeah.
and whatnot. Roanoke, yeah.
Norfolk, Virginia is where Daddy G comes from. Gene Barge, the guy that did, did all the stuff for Gary U.S. Bonds, down in
Yeah,
Mississippi, close to New Orleans. Do, 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 do.
yeah,
That comes out of
yeah.
Norfolk. That's Gene Barge, the sax player. Then he went to Chess Records and did all the great arranging behind Buddy Guy and Coco Taylor and all this. And Little Milton, If Walls Could Talk. That's
Oh
his
man,
guy. and he's still alive.
Yeah.
Gene Barge, one of the greats.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's still up there in Chicago. Kind of retired, I think, but he put out an album like I don't know 5 some years ago. Gene Barge, the guy they call Daddy G. I wanted to take that name, but he.
Right on. Hey, Diane Blue, I will sing you that when the show is over. I'll send that to you. And Igor and a few people want to know what the hell you're drinking.
I'm drinking local. What am I got? I got there's a just over the bridge north of Boston, Night Shift Brewery. It's the cheapie. It's called the Night
There
Heavy.
you go, right there.
You've heard of a Night Light, right? There's
Night
a Night Light.
Heavy.
This is a Night Heavy.
And that's a beer?
Yeah. But they they got all these in this time not working so much. I gotta, I'm not afraid to economize a little bit. And luckily Night Shift Brewery offered this slightly less expensive option in their high quality brews. So
right on.
So I'm doing that.
Nancy Lee Pucticus, and I always have a hard time with her last name. She's here every week. Pucticus. We need to pop up in Spain. You need to pop up in Spain?
I love going to Spain.
Me too. I mean, Spain. The first time I was there, I always go in and eat these weird food places because I want to try things out. And they gave me this stew. It was donkey, but it was good. My problem with Spain was I learned after being a couple of times, I always travel with a bottle of hot sauce because I'm out here in California, so we think Spanish, we think spicy food, but you in Spain and it's Europe, and they don't really do spicy food.
Not necessarily, yeah.
No, I mean it was hard to find spicy food.
South part of Italy, they'll get into it. The south part of Italy, Calabria, they're all about these chili peppers,
Well, Italy is different. I can find spicy in Italy, but we talking about Spain. When you're in Italy, I can find it. I give me a nice spicy arrabbiata or something. I mean, spicy no problem in Italy. I always tell people are Italian cooking. I say Italian cooking seems a whole lot like soul food, like Negro cooking. We was eating somewhere and they fed me something. I can't remember the name of it, but it looked just like collard greens. It tasted like collard greens. They called it whatever. Was it?
Maybe Bietola or something like that. They have different greens.
All I know is it looked, tasted, smelled like collard greens. Gave me some cornbread and looked like some pork chops. I was like, you sure ain't some old fat black lady back there cooking? Because, y'all talk about Italy. Every time I'm there, I mean, there's a few things they change the name to make it all, it's a rigatone. And I'm like, yeah, brother, this is goulash. You ain't fooling me, but it's good.
Did we eat at that little country place? Like, remember we were driving and we stopped at a little place. It's like a farm. Did we eat there?
Yeah. Well, Luca took us to that place because the guy gave me a book. I still have the book.
Yeah.
We were in the house inside the place, but you eat outside. But we was inside. He was letting us see around and everything. He gave me this great book he had written. I still have that book. Yeah, that was really good. That was like they were cooking pork. It was fresh pork. I mean, the pigs were like, a few hundred yards off. Everything was fresh. I was like, oh, this is like I grew up eating. This is good. What city was that? What village?
That was in the Abruzzo region. But why is it slipping my name? Luca, you still there? We'll give him a shout out because sometimes when I'm because I'll be working with Luca, we'll try to make our way there. Find an excuse to go out of our way. So we can go there.
I think you was the one that brought it up that day.
It could have been. I might say, hey, why don't we? Yeah, good food.
I need to get Luke. I need to get Luca on the show. I need to get Igor on the show. Yeah, get some more international guys. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to do that this month. Get Igor, get Luca, and get Raphael. On the show. Yeah,
they're all doing new music and keeping stuff alive in their own way and their own, not just their own regions, because now we can broadcast and stuff. But they're all doing stuff. Luca, you still there? Why am I forgetting the name? I'm gonna look it up. I can look at my phone while I'm on here, right? I won't get in trouble.
No, you're all right. Matter of fact, we just got a few more minutes, so because I actually have an interview for somebody interviewing me here in a little while. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question of the day was, What are you grateful for? And then you made it to 2021. And what is or what was your favorite venue to see music? Those were the two questions. I'm gonna give it about 5, 10 more minutes. Let's see if we can get those answers in. And if you have any questions for Mr. Sax Garden, please bring those in. And we're gonna give you about 10 more minutes, 5, 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna have to jump. Sax, no matter what happens, brother, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for
Oh, man.
being willing to come on and share some time with us, brother. It's been way too damn long. And when I saw you the night, I was like, let me call Sax Gordon and get his black himself over here on this show, man. We didn't do that.
Well, thank you, and I hope we can have some more fun. I think that place is called La Canestra. It's in Abruzzo.
Yeah, he's writing it right there. That Luca just wrote it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, La Canestra. So definitely go. When we get to traveling again, everybody has to go. Everybody on here, just buy a ticket to Italy and go straight to this place, and we'll all meet there. It'll be great. We better get
Barbara
up.
Ryan from out in Massachusetts has a question. It says, ask Gordon what his favorite video is. What is your favorite video?
Well, that's hard, but it's kind of funny. I remember when MTV started. I remember I remember I was a kid and my parents were out of town, and I jumped in a car with some people that I probably shouldn't have, and we drove down to Santa Cruz, and we drove down to Santa Cruz, and that's where they were test marketing the original MTV. And we stayed up all night and doing something or another, and watching this new thing, MTV. And I think those early days of MTV for video, was something. Although videos go further back, you can watch Louis Jordan videos, like those soundies, whatever they call them, like old videos. So probably that'd be my favorite. I like the old stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah. I went back and found, I'm from Texas. You sound like you were originally from California. You keep
yeah, yeah.
California stuff. I did not know that. I just thought you was originally from the East Coast. So I didn't know you
No,
was a California cat.
I grew up near Sacramento.
Okay, right on.
So I knew Little Charlie and them when I was
Little Charlie Beatty, God rest his soul. I got an opportunity to play with him a few times. Yeah.
Rick Estrian, and then they were nice to me when I was a kid, like before they were with Alligator. And there was a cat named Johnny Hartzman up there that was just the baddest guy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He gave me a big boost. These are people I'm grateful for forever for helping me on my way, and encouraging, so like yourself, encouraging, doing something to bring things up, help people.
Yeah, but every musician needs that, man. People don't realize that you can have all the greatest talent in the world, but if some of the guys above you don't reach down and pull you up, it's all I had been playing for years. I had taken second place IBC and did all this stuff, and no one still knew who I was until faithful events. I call it luck. Some people karma. When Bobby Jones, I went down and played IBC. We took second place. I'm back in LA, been a year or two. I get a call from Jimmy Vivino and Cal David. That's another one I got to get on, Cal David. What a hell of a player and singer in his history. And I get a call from Cal and Jimmy to come down to the Maui Sugar Mill to sit in and play one song and go down there and wind up playing 2 or 3 songs. Later, we're off the Sugar Mill. We're out front talking like everyone does. I'm probably smoking a cigar. Come talking to this little guy who I think is Australian. Come to find out, that was John Mayall. We just played like 2 or 3 songs together. So it was quite a big Jimmy Vivino, Sugar Ray, John Mayall, Cal David. But I say all that to say what I was saying earlier is in the audience was Randy Shortcall, who remembered me from the IBC a couple years before. Bobby Jones had just left the Managed Boys, and they had a huge show to do in 2 days in Honduras. And the next morning, I get a call from Chuck because I was working with Chuck a lot at that time, and Randy knew Chuck. And they like, hey man, they want to know if you come sit in with them in Spain because Bobby Jones is gone, and they just want to blah blah. And I'm like, Spain, I had never been, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go. And so hadn't really met the band or anything. I'm on a flight. All this happens in 72 hours. All this happens in 72 hours. I'm on a flight on my way to Honduras, Spain, in the Basque country. I'm learning the songs on the plane while we're flying. We land. I'm there for like 8 hours or a day or something, and the next day I meet up with the band. We have a little sound check. If Brandis is there, and then I tell people, and then I walk out on stage in front of 90,000 people with a band I don't really know, and you sing the songs. Literally, I walk off stage. I'm sitting backstage, and Randy comes up to me and asks me like, "Hey man, that was really really good. You want to be a you want to be a member of the band and do some recording and blah 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 blah." And truth be told, I had no idea who the Managed Boys was. I hadn't even heard the name. I was still green. But I said all that to say, and then the blues world found out who I was. I said all that to say, you can be the greatest musician in the world. Yes, sooner or later you'll get discovered. But people don't realize how much talent, energy that gets burned off before someone finally discovers you. You know, People come in like, man, that was a great show. And in your mind, you said like, man, you should have seen the show last year that we, holy crap. And they missed all that because they didn't even know you. It's only those few people, and it's not many of these people. There's only those few people who are willing to go out and pay money, or even a lot of times we didn't pay for free, but the door was free.
Yeah,
People just
yeah.
walk in. Um, it's those people who are willing and adventurous enough to go out and listen to a band or a guy that they don't know. There's a few people, very few of them, who are willing to discover new stuff. Most people are only gonna go out if they know who's there, like
Yeah,
they grow up.
to take a chance. Sometimes a club has a reputation because the certain clubs they say like, well, if it's at this place, it's going to be good. You know what I mean? They trust the
Yeah,
agent clubs. Like booking policy or taste or something. You know what I mean? Like that. That
yeah,
sometimes happens. The club will have a good reputation, but otherwise, yeah, it's tough to get people to come out.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of shocking uh, that people don't uh, that people won't take a chance on people that they don't know. And then later you find out like, oh well, now you're paying $75 to see this guy. You could have saw him for free every Thursday night at such and such down the street. the,
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
same guy,
Exactly.
the same guy. It was like, uh, you know,
That happens.
yeah,
That happens between the U.S. and Europe too. Like it could be somebody struggling here, but got a good situation. Like it's more special. It could be like anytime you go out of your hometown. You know what I mean? Like in
yeah,
your
but
home.
like that big thing you just said, the Europe thing, that was huge because like I had been touring through Europe and my name was much bigger in Europe, and people, hell, even up until last year, there was a lot of people who, the people in the blues world finally realized knew who I was, but there was a lot of people outside in the music industry, that had no idea who I was, and I'm not like I'm some guy that. I've done commercials for McDonald's. I've done commercials for Paramount. I've done commercials for Cadillac. I've done commercials for Jim Beam. Judge Joe Brown, Person of Interest, True Blood.
Yeah.
And people didn't know who I was from Adam. It's just, but Europe, I had already been doing 5 and 10,000 seat venues in Europe for almost 8 9 years because they kind of like come on over, especially like France and
Yeah.
Germany, the Switzerland area and all that. They already knew. It's kind of like when we talk about Romania. I was shocked when I got to Romania. My face was on the side of a 10-story building. I'm sitting there looking at it like this. This, this is crazy. And then the next week, God dang it, Lansing, Michigan. This is no joke. 30,000 people. How many people was at the percussion festival?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
building, my face
Oh,
is on the side of a 30-story building. We fly back to the United States. I'm in Lansing, Michigan, at some club upstairs in like a basement with like 12 to 15 people. In a 48, it was in
I know it well. I know it
a
well.
48 hour, a 48-hour window. And I just like the band was looking at me like, why, or what the heck? I mean, we still play just like if we were doing for those 30,000
Yeah.
people. But I would say in
Yeah.
America, that's kind of become a thing, Sax, that if people don't know who you are, they won't even give you a chance.
Well, we keep at it.
Well, we have no choice. But I'm just saying, I think that America misses out on a lot of things that wind up being big in Europe and then wind up being big in the States. But they were homegrown in the States the whole time, but the States just never gave you a chance. They would never, just won't come
I think
out.
what you said is that I think people do I mean, and I understand not everybody, it's not their favorite thing, and maybe each generation likes their own thing and everything, but sometimes I think people do miss out on stuff by not giving something a chance, or they're afraid to like it if it doesn't have the right publicity or behind it, if there's not the right hype, they're afraid to
I'm
give it.
gonna come out. I'm gonna come out and say this. A lot of times in the states, and I'm gonna get backlash, but I'm coming out. A lot of times in the states, we get snobbish. We got snobbish with our music. We got snobbish, and Europeans were like, or I should say Europeans, because it ain't just Europe. Outside the U.S. was like, come on in, come play, and they show up in huge, big numbers. And then once you get a name, sometimes then in the states they start to kind of play that. But I mean, there's still folks in the states that go out
Oh
when
yeah,
people don't have names. But I'm talking about in the numbers that would make a difference. It's kind of, and they used to do that. In the 50s and 60s, Americans went out. You didn't have a name. You went on television. Maybe not even heard your radio, but they discovered these bands. I mean, because you got to think about it. In the day's world, bands like the Allman Brothers and a lot of those great bands would not have had the reach. Wouldn't even be. They probably wouldn't even get any love the way the system
different,
set up now.
yeah, different times now, man. Different
Yeah,
times now.
that grassroots movement would never have happened.
Who's looking at these comments? Well, man,
Anything
it's
for you
been
to answer? It has been. I talk all day, and I really did need to get my butt off the thing because I got this other interview. But Sax Garden, again, brother, thank you very much. Thank you
thank
for
you
the
very much.
conversation.
I can't wait
I
till we
hope
can
you.
do something again. I
I
can't wait
hope,
till
I
we're
hope you
back
had
out here.
fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, having a ball.
Right on, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sax Garden, one of the best horn players that I know, one of the best people I know. Cool cat. I'm going to sign off. This is Sugar Ray Raper live from the Sugar Shack 2021, January the 5th. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, as always, for God's sakes, be good to one another. Peace, y'all. I'm out. Live long and prosper.
Guys,
Thank you, Sax.
thank you.